Ossipee, New Hampshire, shaped so much by who I became. Those were simpler times, the kind of days when the lake felt endless, the mornings felt magical, and a child could find adventure just by pushing off from shore. We had an old wooden rowboat, weathered, faded, full of stories. My father spent hours restoring it, replacing the back and it back to life with bright red paint. When he finished, he gave it a name that still makes me smile, the Ossipee King. I think it was his humorous or competitive side coming out, because my uncle had a big wooden boat named the Ossipee Queen. And then there was the old Johnson outboard motor, stubborn as a mule. My father had it repaired more times than I can remember, and even then, it only worked when it felt like it. I'll never forget one day I was out on the lake alone when a storm started rolling in. People may think a lake is always calm, but they're wrong. Leavitt Bay can turn fierce in a heartbeat. I learned early on to watch the way the leaves would blow, the way the air would shift. I was a strong little girl, fearless most of the time. But that day, with the wind picking up, the water turning choppy, and the sky growing dark, I felt a little scared. The Johnson motor just wouldn't start. Still, I knew how to handle myself. If the outboard motor failed, and it often did, I could always row. That boat taught me independence long before I understood the meaning of the word. When I was almost 12, I was heading out before sunrise to fish all by myself. Just me, the Ossipee King, and the quiet mist lifting off the water. I'd row or motor out to my favorite fishing spots while the world was still half asleep. Those early mornings taught me patience, courage, and the kind of confidence that only comes from being alone with nature. Looking back now, those memories are some of the brightest in my life. A little girl, a red wooden rowboat, an old outboard motor, and the pristine water of Ossipee Lake. That was my childhood, simple, full of adventure, and unforgettable. Ossipee Lake still holds a piece of my heart, and I have stories with many chapters still worth telling.